Hey guys, it's Moose. Hope you've had a great week and continue the trend from last week when I answered a popular question about which lens you should upgrade to for the first time, especially for shooting portraits. I thought I would answer another popular question, which is what image quality settings you should use. So pretty much every DSLR and most advanced compact cameras come with two file formats, one being JPEG and the other being RAW. So let's first talk about JPEG. JPEG is a photo that has been processed by your camera. So you kind of think of it like an Oreo cookie. All right, this is a photo that is ready to serve, ready to go the moment you pull it off your camera. So you can share it, print it, do whatever you want with it. It's ready to serve. The problem is if we need to save an image or we need to edit the image even further. So if let's say I took a photo and it was too bright and I wanted to maybe bring down the highlights to help save the image. The problem is JPEGs discard a lot of that data. So it's hard to save the image after it's already been processed by your camera. Now the flip side to that is to shoot in RAW. And you kind of think of RAW like a bunch of ingredients. So here we have some flour, we've got some butter, and here's some sugar. So these elements are now controlled by me instead of the camera. So when I import the photo into my editing software, I can adjust all of these elements to my liking. So if I maybe took an image that was too bright, I can tone down the exposure or the highlights and get it exactly right. So to help sort of visualize this, I'm going to jump on my computer and I'm going to show you guys a straight out of camera JPEG versus a RAW image taken at the same time and the difference between the two. And that'll help probably clear things up for you. So let's go. Okay, so here are two identical images. The one here on the right is a straight out of camera JPEG, and the one here on the left is an edited RAW image. Now, a couple of things I want to point out is this JPEG here was actually taken by accident. This was done before I adjusted in-camera settings. So everything was off. The subject was too bright, the colors are much too cool, and so otherwise this image would really just be a throwaway if I had only recorded it as a JPEG. But thankfully I had a RAW file. And the RAW file allowed me to do a number of things. The first was to correct the brightness. So I was able to dial down the exposure, bring down the highlights to the point where I could actually see the colorings here on the poster board. Additionally, I was also able to easily correct all of the colors by using the white balance tool inside Adobe Lightroom. And with one click, I was able to correct the skin tones and warm up the image and just make it look a lot better. So again, this shows you a great example of having the RAW file versus just having the JPEG straight out of camera. So in deciding between JPEG versus RAW, it really comes down to convenience versus quality. If you're more interested in sharing or printing your images straight from camera, then you'll definitely want to go with JPEG. However, if you want the ability to edit your images even further, then RAW is definitely the best way to go. Now, in my opinion, the one that I prefer is RAW plus JPEG. So most DSLRs come with this functionality built in where every time you click the shutter, the camera actually saves both a JPEG and a RAW. So you can take that JPEG and easily share and print it, and then you have that RAW file in case you want to go back and edit it later. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate your comments, and please do like the videos because it helps me know that it's helping you guys out. So until next time, hope you guys have a great week. Happy shooting.